You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show.
Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show, Season 2, Episode 11, Wedding Mania. It is the season finale. So we're very excited because there's so much to talk about, but also very sad because it's going to be bittersweet.
Oh.
Yeah. We just acquired an amazing co-host, and we'll see you again.
Hey guys, bye.
I am Kaori Takee, and I've got a full panel with me. I've got Danielle Pascente.
Hello.
And next to her, Charlotte Broadbent.
Hi.
And next to her, Dale. I always want to say like Walking Dale, and then I want to say Dale, and then I want to say it's Rutledge. So yeah. Dale Rutledge.
There you go. I'll take any of the above.
I swear we hang out and we talk and everything. Just when the
we both
show
love
goes
games.
On. Yeah, we both love games.
Big gamers.
So there you go.
There you go.
And now I'm going to say your full name the whole entire rest of the show. So before we get into it, this overall thoughts of the season finale, guys.
I loved it. I thought it wrapped up everything nicely, which is contrary to what we predicted. We thought there would be a cliffhanger. I loved how they wrapped every little thing up for us.
Me too.
It was nice.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It was awesome. It was a good build-up for not only their personal life, but also their work life. To have WrestleMania and the wedding in the same episode, it was just really, really cool.
Yeah,
great.
I think they managed to make it 1 hour when it felt like it could have been easily 2 hours.
Completely.
I was surprised by how well they did that.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's get to it. Let's start off with Natty. She is having dinner or lunch with a group of people, including Trinity, and she says, "Guys, let's keep this between us."
So Natty.
But
Here it comes.
Famous
Here it
last
comes.
words.
What we've been waiting for.
Nikki's been married before, so she basically tells everyone. So right when I think, oh, like the past 2 episodes, she hasn't really snitched at all. Well, she did. So
Couldn't keep on a lid on it for too long,
No.
as we predicted. So
how'd you guys think about like Natty's personality in this episode when she does that? Also, when she gives Eva Marie her strange little pep talk about you should be afraid. I mean, I would be afraid. I'd be worried about you if you were.
She's just not a girl's girl at all. She's like a terrible girl's girl. Like you just don't let out a secret like that. That's for Nikki to tell everyone, not her. She's a terrible girl's girl. Terrible.
Well, she grew up with all brothers, correct? Is that right?
yeah, she just had it. Yeah. I don't think she really knows a lot of
Girl
girly
code.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't know it at all.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I figured it was going to happen. This actually took longer than I thought it would for her to tell people. I thought it would be like one here, one there, but she's got it all out in one shot. Told like 7 to 8 people at once.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why I thought it was so funny when she was, let's keep this between us. I mean, us meaning everyone.
Everyone plus the camera.
Plus the camera.
Sure, Nettie. Whatever you like.
Yeah. It was funny how they wrapped her up. And like I think throughout the whole entire season, she's kind of gotten just more and more awkward. They're just filling her into that spot. And when she was giving Eva Marie that speech about, yeah, you should feel uncomfortable at WrestleMania. This is, if you weren't, I would be worried about you. I'm like, oh my God, that's not probably what Eva should be hearing right now.
I thought that was a better speech than what she gave her last episode, which was, I can't remember the exact wording, but pretty much like,
It was like, this is the biggest shit
don't
out
mess
of your
up.
life.
Yeah. Don't worry, 800,000 people are watching you in 160 countries. No bigs. So at least this one wasn't so bad. Yeah.
The only thing I like about Natty is that, at least in this episode, she kind of said what she had to say, and then she's like, but you got it, and I'm proud of you. So at least she ended on the positive note.
No, I thought this was much better
like
of a
pep
speech.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think everyone kind of ended up on the positive level, which was great. So, okay, let's talk about Summer Rae real quick because even she ended on a positive in this season because this season she ended up kind of being the bitch of the season, but it turns out that now she suddenly realizes she wasn't exactly the kindest diva, and now she has no diva friends. Yeah. But she's
except for Emma, apparently.
Apparently.
So. Which Emma called her a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, well.
Sorry, I didn't know if I could, like,
I love how I just said it and she spelled it out. I mean, oh, sorry.
We learn and curse.
Even her own friend called her that, though, so you gotta wonder.
Seems like a fair assessment then.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if that's going to lead into Summer Rae becoming the good one next season.
Right, because that's exactly what's happened this season with Eva Marie.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
So who's the target next season?
Yeah.
Is it Rosa Mendez as she comes in?
Yeah.
It might be a little too formulaic, though, if they do that. So maybe there'll be a different issue. Like, maybe it's not bitchy, but something else. Maybe she has a problem of some kind. I don't know.
Hopefully, because if the first episode is her being like a bitch, it's just going to be like, really? Like, this is 2 seasons in a row now.
You can't. I don't think you can do it. Plus, Rosa has been there for a while.
Yeah.
So Summer Rae is fairly new. So it kind of worked, but I don't think you could have like all of a sudden this girl who's been there for like 5-6 years is like, and I hate you guys.
Yeah.
Like, what? Where? Okay. we've known each other.
Well, there's got to be some kind of antagonist somewhere, so I'm curious to see who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Or what it's going to be. Maybe Natty turns evil or something.
She'll
could
say
her awkward self. Come on, let's be real.
Well, Summer Rae does decide she still wants to get Brie a gift, and she asks Emma to help her write a card, and they joke about writing a horrible card.
Oh yeah, she's like, here's a card for the wedding I'm not invited to. Have a great day.
Again, being rude.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Team not Summer Rae. I was last week, but no.
Not into it.
Nope, not into her.
how do you guys feel about her? And still no?
Yeah, still no. Just the way in that scene with Emma, just the way she walked, it's just like, she feels like she has this chip on her shoulder. She just loves herself, and she's not cool. I don't think she's cool. I don't like her.
Oh, you do? What do you think of her?
Nah.
Okay.
I like how she is in the ring. Like, she's actually a really good wrestler, but this season kind of turned me off to her as a wrestler. So I don't know. It kind of, and she's in a storyline right now for Fandango and like a love triangle kind of thing. And so she's being the bitchy one now, but that just happened like 2 weeks ago. So they're letting the Total Diva character be who she is now in the ring.
See, that sucks that somebody that loves wrestling also thinks that it's kind of putting you off her.
Yeah, but it's good. They want you to hate people, so it could be a very intentional move on their part.
Do you think it's conveniently placed for her to have this triangle with Fandango and Layla just at the same time while she made out with Fandango a while ago?
Yeah, but she was gone for a minute to go film Marine, I don't know, 27 or whatever they're on right now.
To make out with Miz.
To make out with Miz. So I think sometimes timing works out in wrestling, sometimes it doesn't. So I think this was good for them that she's done with the movie. Total Divas has got its finale, and now she's got this new storyline of being this like bitchy girl.
She's got a lot going for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Speaking of, let's cut off to a commercial break because we've got a message for you.
Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds, so I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
There you guys have it. Maria's book is out. You guys should check it out. Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness.
There it is.
There it is. Boom. If you want a banging body, this is the book for you. It really lays out, recipes and workouts, including workouts by your desk, which we were just talking about before the show started. So check out her book. Pick up your copy. And also, while we are talking about stuff, also go check out iTunes and let us know what you thought about this season of Total Divas. Give us a 5-star rating if you can. Someone whisper 5 stars. 5 stars. Yeah.
That's for you, Christian. in your honor today.
So rate, comment, and do the same thing on YouTube. Let's keep the conversation going throughout until the season 3 premiere in September. All right.
So far from now.
I know. I guess we'll just have to do a lot of pool parties.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah. And planking at our AFTERBUZZ desk.
Yeah, exactly. Planking on the AFTERBUZZ
We'll just straight plank from here to September. Who's with me?
If you buy Maria's book, you'll understand where we're going with that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about
That's
that.
true.
Gotta buy the book.
You gotta buy the book for that Easter egg. All right, so let's talk about Eva Marie. See, I mess up names, not just yours, Dale.
Hey, all right, great. I feel less special now. Thanks.
So Eva Marie's inexperienced because she has only been around for about a year, and this is her first real WrestleMania, and she's I just saw Charlotte shaking her mic, but we're crazy here. Eva Marie's we just I can't even speak anymore. Sorry.
Let's take another break.
You got this. You got this. Rewind. Okay, Eva Marie's inexperienced. Basically, this is her first WrestleMania, and she's actually really nervous. So, you know, there's access, and some of the fans are saying she sucks, and she felt really bad about it.
It's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also true, so it makes it even worse. But it's just. And
I think she realizes that.
Yeah, I mean,
She knows.
she seems to know. I mean, it's to be fair, she hasn't had much time in the ring. Like, she's been there a year, but how much of that was actually training? Most of it was this show,
Right.
and like traveling around. And, you know,
I think there's a part of her, at least I would feel kind of bad that I bypassed years and years of training while other girls are trying so hard to become a diva, and she just got it because she's hot.
I think she does feel bad. In this episode, she kind of confronted that issue and said, you know I didn't get the training. I kind of just came right on here. So at least she confronted the issue and again wrapped it up kind of nicely in this episode. And she was extremely nervous, yes. But I didn't see the actual fight. I'm curious, although they showed snippets in this episode.
But they just showed her go.
Right,
blow
so
a
that's
kiss,
what
and
I'm
it's like,
wondering.
She looks bad doing that too.
Exactly. It's just like, are you really? No, but they just like confirmed that she sucks by she blew a kiss in the like what?
That's what
That's why I wanted to
that
see the
too.
full thing.
they're trying to make that her signature move, right? The,
Right.
the blowing. Is there a name
yeah.
for that?
Blowing a kiss.
It just doesn't look right.
No.
Yeah.
There's just no emotion to it. We've discussed her like lack of facial commitment to pretty much anything, but even blowing a kiss looks awkward, which is weird. She did have a match just maybe last week or 2 weeks ago that was surprisingly she moved pretty well.
That's what I
She
hear,
didn't
yeah.
botch it up
Good.
or anything. So
See, I wish they'd shown a bit more of her wrestling because after she did address that she doesn't that the fans don't think she's that good and she's really nervous. So I wish they'd shown more because I guess they showed when was it that she was fighting when she pushed
Was
her.
it AJ?
I don't remember who
I
she
think it
pushed,
was.
but yeah,
I think it
could've
was.
She doesn't do a lot in that
and-
match, to be fair.
Oh,
so,
really? So maybe
yeah.
they just put the bit that
there's
she
like-
did do.
It was
a
like
lot of divas in there.
yeah, 14
Yeah.
girls at a
That
time.
was insane.
It
I
was
mean,
crazy,
seriously.
crazy to watch that. It was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
I love seeing
Girl
the
fight.
the Bella twins go flying out of the ring. They show that on
Yeah,
Total Divas
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
That was
Very
really cool.
cool.
And I like how they show Nikki picking up Brie and doing that.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was neat too. They actually made the Divas match a lot more cooler than when I watched it. But that was because I watched it right after the streak and I was one of those fans like, oh,
Right.
you know.
I mean, when they say that was the hardest position to be on a card
Yes.
ever, I actually agree with them because The Undertaker had never lost at WrestleMania and just literally everyone had the energy sucked out of that
Right.
Yeah.
auditorium or Coliseum.
But if it's scripted, if wrestling is scripted, how did no one not know that he wasn't going to win?
I don't
like
think they
the
tell
divas.
everyone.
But not
Right?
one of the divas knew.
They don't tell
he was-
that particular match. They only the rumor is they only had 3 people that knew: Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, and Triple H. Even Paul Heyman, who is at ringside, and you see him go like "Wah!" on Total
Yeah.
Divas. He apparently didn't even know that it was going to go that way. So
That's
I like your Paul
interesting.
Heyman face.
That's That's interesting to know. I felt like this episode, because I only watched Total Divas, as I've said before, I felt like I was more introduced to the wrestling world. Like, they showed more wrestling footage, and I liked that.
Yeah.
I might start watching. Who knows?
You should, especially Eva Marie. By the way, I just want to mention this again. I've mentioned this before. She looks so much better when she's not in the confessional. Every time they put her in there, they just put so much makeup on her. She looks like a completely different person. So I just want to throw it out there. A little less makeup, because you are very beautiful, but not in the confessional.
It's a little too much.
A little too much. All right, so let's talk about WrestleMania, because Eva Marie, even though she's completely nervous, she gets that strange, questionable pep talk by Natty, and then she goes into the ring, and then she owns it, and she's proud of what she did. So WrestleMania happens. The girls are nervous because they got moved to second to main spot right after the streak, like we just talked about. And they're scared that they're going to be cut off like last year when they got cut off. And it went out fine. What'd you guys think of the match?
I enjoyed it, but I remember when Christian said that the very end, when because Trinity was supposed to win and by accident tapped herself out, right?
That was the rumor.
And you could see it.
Yeah, they showed even that snippet in Total Divas. Yeah.
But then I was confused because after, Trinity was really happy. So if she was supposed to win, wouldn't she have been sad that she tapped out by mistake?
Well, two different things. I don't think she was supposed to win. I think she was supposed to be made to tap out, and the ref was supposed to call it with AJ still winning, but not realizing that AJ was making her tap. But from when I watched Total Divas, when I looked at it, the ref was on the other side of them. So AJ taking her hand and hitting it on the mat, the ref couldn't see it. So I think it's really the ref's fault. I'm guessing here, but it looks like the ref was out of position, so he couldn't see that happening. So she had to tap with her other hand, which made it kind of weird. But yeah, they kept saying it was her fault. But when I watched it again yesterday or today, it looked like the ref was just not. There was no way he was going to see AJ taking the hand and doing it. So she had to tap. Otherwise, they'd be there all day. So I don't know.
It would have been interesting, like you mentioned last week, if they had Trinity's perspective and she explained what happened. I was hoping for that.
They skipped it entirely.
They did skip hers.
Yeah, they just hugged it out. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we had a match.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they didn't cut us.
Yeah, right.
But I would be nervous too, though. I mean, that is not only were they cut last year, it was the Undertaker's match that they were supposed to follow last year. So the exact same circumstances.
So crazy. Yeah. So crazy. So it's kind of nice that as a wrestling fan, I got to see it again right after the streak. So it was like, oh yeah, it was actually a good match. Yeah. That's right.
And they did bring the energy back. Like the crowd was very just angry and hurt basically when the women's match started because of the Undertaker thing. But then halfway through there was cheering again and the energy was brought back, and that's very hard in the first place, but especially for the Divas division, because a lot of times they don't get respect.
I have to say that stadium, is it called a stadium wrestling?
Yeah.
Was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Everything there was
I had
magnified.
like goosebumps just thinking about how they must have felt in that ring.
Yeah.
Like seeing the fireworks and the amount of people that were in, just incredible.
They're having WrestleMania in California next year.
Really?
Yeah. Total Diva party.
Yeah. Total. I can only imagine how amazing it is to be there.
Yeah.
So, by the way, everyone always says that you look like Emma. So when you saw her in this episode, what were your thoughts?
I don't think I look like her.
I don't really see that.
No, I don't think so either.
It's just your accent.
It's accent and blonde hair, but
I really don't think I look like her.
Because I'm sure when you saw, you're like, oh wait, that's the girl. That's her.
Like I thought that same thing. I was like, wait, that's the girl that people think looks like Charlotte?
Yeah, I really don't see it. I think it's the accent.
It has to be.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I do.
No, you don't. You don't.
And I also think I look different without headphones on.
Excuse me.
Maybe it's the headphones.
Maybe it is the headphones.
I mean, I didn't think you looked like her. I don't know.
I just curious.
What a terrible excuse, the headphones.
Who All else fails. Blame it on the headphones.
It's the headphones that makes me look like Emma. What a weird thing I just said.
Did you put on 20 pounds? No, it's just these headphones. It's just these headphones, really.
You know what? I really, on that kind of same subject of WrestleMania, is their outfits were so much cooler at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. Everybody stepped it up.
Season, Natty's pink sports bra get up was awesome, and Ariane's girl by customized shorts. There were so many things I loved about all their outfits.
Yeah, I really liked them too. It just was a great ending to show how they peaked in wrestling for the season. Yeah, that was great. Okay, so now let's go on to Cameron / Ariane's She Can't Say I Love You to Vinny, and Vinny is, wow, he just doesn't even care. First of all, she's hanging out with Vinny, and Trinity comes along, and she's like, oh, come to think of it, you never said I love you. I'm like, wow, you just throw your friend under the bus like that.
That's bold. Because she's saying like phrases in other languages that are equivalent to not I love you. So she's like, wait, you're not even saying it in a different language. It's like, you just got some issues.
It's like, wow, and that made them feel uncomfortable really quick.
I felt uncomfortable watching.
I did too.
Oh man, the whole interaction between the two of them this episode was like, even in the beginning when she comes in and she's like, she's like, I sound like a pilgrim. I'm like, what does that mean?
She's all hiding.
Sound like a pilgrim.
She's so she gets so hyper
she
at certain moments,
hyper.
and she's just screaming. You have to just laugh at that.
They kept calling each other Noodle. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I heard. Hi, Noodle. I kind of liked that. I thought it was cute.
I didn't understand it.
Hi, Noodle.
Ariane's shenanigans.
They are way cuter this season than last season.
They were.
100%.
I hated them as a couple last season. I did not understand it.
Yeah.
I thought he was weird and gross. This season, he's totally, I don't know if he changed or if she got more comfortable with him or what happened, but they're adorable now, and I'm glad that he's around. They really changed.
He's definitely like kind of like a breath of fresh air in this season, which is crazy to say. Really crazy.
He looked very he was cleaned up well.
Yeah.
He's so chill
Very
when it comes to her.
All the guys,
You know?
on all the boyfriends or husbands or whatever on this entire show are way more chill than the girl.
Yeah.
Like they really ground all of them.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
Yeah. They mustn't, it's a good anchor for everybody. The only one sort of maybe not is Eva Marie's guy. I don't know a lot to him, so I can't say officially.
Bring drama.
I don't know much
but
about
maybe
it.
it's them.
Yeah, it could just be them.
She seems pretty chill too, Eva Marie, though. Even when, well, that might be the lack of emotion, but even when she's stressed out, she's like, I'm really stressed right now. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I can't have any children.
Yeah, you can't quite get a gauge on the emotion
Yeah.
from either of them, really.
It's tough with her. But Cameron or Ariane can't say I love you, and she's like, oh, come on. He knows how much I care about him. Later on, she goes to dinner with her mom and Vinny, and out of nowhere, she's like, I love you, Mommy. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. You said I love you too, Mom.
Oh, my God.
As awkward as I felt for him this whole episode, when he calls her out for saying I love you to her mom,
Yeah.
not the same, buddy.
It's not.
It's not the same.
But she does break down and cry, and she explains it's really hard for her to say I love you, and they've been going out for over a year now. I think maybe almost 2 years.
Yeah, for some, yeah.
And yeah, she hasn't said it. But at the end of the episode, after the wedding and all the romantic things are flying, she says, I love you.
I like that.
And
Just
he's
like that.
He's like so surprised. It's so cute. He's so cute because he was like, oh my God, if I knew you were going to say I love you, I was going to bring a rock right here or whatever. Like,
He's such a dork.
Yeah.
he really is.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Even her mom was encouraging. She's like, sometimes people want to hear it.
Well, it's if you don't love him after 2 years and you can't say it, are you ever?
Well, she did, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And she just obviously had some issues that maybe we haven't learned a lot about. But yeah, I don't know. Even what was the quote she said? Oh yeah, Cameron was it that was saying that like, I would be out of there if you hadn't said I love you in a year and a half.
Yeah. Oh, Trinity?
Trinity, I'm sorry, yeah. It's like, I would have been long gone.
And he says it to her, right?
Oh, yeah.
The whole time.
Seems a lot.
That's what I thought was kind of crazy, that he's been saying it all the time and she's never said it once.
She's got, she's got a lot of things to work on. She had like the sexual issue in the beginning, and now she's all about it. I think she wants to do it everywhere. That's I don't know, but so she's making progress with him, which is nice, and it's cute to see that now we actually find them endearing and cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Mr. and Mrs. Bryan Danielson's wedding, because
pretty.
It is a beautiful wedding. She walks barefoot. They have their doggy. They have this rose petal aisle, which is beautiful.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of the wedding itself? What made
Loved
you
it.
cry? What made you not cry?
Both of their vows made me cry.
Yep.
And what made me cry was when Cameron said "I love you" to Vinny, which is so weird.
Really?
Yes, I was like, oh my god, she said it.
See, her delivery, she said it twice. Her delivery on the first one was, but I really love you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Yeah, like,
I'll take it.
then and he was like, okay, but then she fixed it and said it, and it was really sweet the second time. But I was just like, oh boy.
It was sweet though, the avoiding vows. But what did you guys think of the vows?
I loved, the vows themselves I thought were super sweet.
Loved them.
Daniel Bryan especially. Or
Oh, his
Bryan
was
Danielson.
that was so.
That's
it was
when I
great.
started crying, was when
Yeah.
he said his vow and started tearing up. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
no, I can't
When
see
you
cry.
right.
Yeah.
Even John Cena got a little teary-eyed.
Yeah, he did. Were there
Wiping
any other-
something away.
Were there any other superstars that you recognized in there?
Just everybody from the show. I didn't see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see any other folks.
Except for Summer Rae, she wasn't there.
Vince McMahon had a quick cameo when they were at WrestleMania. He went by in a golf cart.
Really?
It was like you had to pause it to see him, but I thought that was kind of neat.
You know who else had a cameo? Cesaro. Did you guys see?
Oh yeah,
My boy Cesaro was there. That was kind of cool.
she's got a thing for him.
I do. I do. But you guys should Google Wade Barrett because that's happening now too.
Oh, is that your new?
That's my new one.
Yeah. It's not a bad choice.
Not a bad choice at all. So she does have a beautiful wedding, and the reception's great. And then they have their final talk about how she feels like the luckiest girl in the world, and it was beautiful. But it did not come without any problems. Brought to you by Nikki Bella because
Seriously.
basically Nikki has not told John her secret, but JJ has told John by accident because he assumes, because Nikki already told them that she told them that. Now I'm getting all confused again. There I go again. Okay, let me clarify. All right.
Wipe that slate clean.
There we go.
Here we go.
So JJ basically told John Cena that Nikki was married before, and that comes to a surprise for John Cena because Nikki has never told him. But he handled it so well.
Again.
He handled it so well. I mean, he was quiet the whole time when they went to dinner. They had the most awkward dinner apparently ever.
It was
both,
just awkward watching it.
Yeah, but they kept trying to provoke each other into saying what was wrong with each other, but never fully committing to like, bitch, what's up? You know, like it was never like.
If you want to leave, you can take your food to go. If I don't eat it, I will take it to go.
Steady drinking that wine though. He wasn't eating, but he was drinking some wine.
Why would he go to dinner with her if he didn't want to bring it up,
Yeah.
I just feel like he thought it wasn't his position. He wanted her to bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, could he ask for anything else? He doesn't ask for much from her. He is a really good guy to her. He deserved to know right then.
Absolutely.
If not sooner.
But at that point in her head, she'd already committed to telling him post WrestleMania because it couldn't be a worse time to tell him.
Right.
If you didn't know he already knew, which she didn't, that's not the time you tell him. The day before WrestleMania when it's his biggest day. And he's just been doing media for who knows how many hours. So I see where both of them are, but it is so awkward.
It is so awkward, and Brie is getting her makeup done as her mom is as well. And JJ comes in and says, "Oh, I can't believe how well," again with his mouth shitting diarrhea, whatever. It's like, "Oh, I can't believe John Cena how well he took it." And Nikki's like, "What?" And she gets mad at her brother. And for me, I completely sided with JJ in this aspect because honestly, he didn't mean anything by it.
She told him that he knew.
Yeah, she should have apologized for lying.
Yeah.
And she didn't. So
Yeah, why does she get to be mad? That is not fair.
No,
she
it
just
doesn't
was
make
like
sense.
reacting. I don't even know if she wasn't thinking about it. I
Right.
don't think she was just like, "What the? Oh my god! I had that awkward dinner
like-
for nothing."
It's like you've really dropped me in it now.
yeah.
And it's her brother, so she could probably just get mad at him anyways
Yeah.
for no reason.
So the whole rest of the time, she's just kind of worried. She walks down the aisle not being able to talk to John Cena about it, but knowing that John Cena knows that huge secret. It was a little awkward for her.
I love that slow-mo. Did you notice they went slow-mo when she looks over at him and he's at his seat like, It was just so funny.
Did you notice that bridesmaids' dresses?
Yes, they're all
so
white.
pretty. Did you like that?
Oh, I didn't really like them.
I thought
Because it was white and cream.
Yeah.
Like some girls were wearing white, some were cream. They were all different styles.
I thought it was weird that they were all kind of white because that should be reserved for the bride. But
It
each
seemed
his
a
own.
pretty laid back situation for what the dress code was, because Papa didn't have a tie on for the Bella's dad.
Right.
Daniel Bryan was wearing jeans, I'm pretty sure.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't even notice.
Cuffed at the bottom. But yeah, it seemed like they were just like, wear something
Yeah.
cool, whatever you got. I don't know.
That's nice.
kinda
Seems
like
like
it.
them though.
Yeah.
Right,
It was very
was.
fitting.
Brie didn't have
for
shoes on.
everything.
Yeah.
I would want a wedding like that, just more laid back.
Yeah.
How cool were those flowers that they did in the
were
design?
beautiful. Amazing, yeah.
So beautiful.
Such a good idea.
So I was wondering because Brie was walking barefoot if like the petals got stuck on her feet. I'm like, I wonder if that's been happening. But
You could tell it kind of got shuffled though through because once
Yeah.
she walked down, it wasn't quite as beautiful
Yeah.
as it was
Yeah.
at the top.
It was
But
so pretty though.
yeah, very cool.
let's talk a little bit about how John Cena reacted after Nikki confronted the fact that she knew that he knew. Because I'm gonna go first and say that guy doesn't get mad at anything.
No.
What the heck? He was like, you know what? You're entitled to your own secrets, but I just want to be somewhere in that totem pole. And then he does this funny.
Oh, and he does the totem pole thing. Gosh, he's so lovable.
Yeah.
Just
Everything
couldn't be a
he
better
does.
guy.
Yeah.
I
Took it really well.
Yeah. He's like, you don't have to tell me everything. I'm like, damn. Even there.
I know.
That is shocking. I
Yeah.
don't know. That was he's just such a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he just took it so well. I mean, that's such maturity. Wow, he didn't cause a fuss at anyone's at Brie's wedding. Go John Cena, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I think too that it's okay that they're not married. Like if I were Nikki and that was it, I'd be like, but this guy is so good that if putting a ring on my finger or whatever is not what I'm getting, at least I have all of what he is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of what he embodies, which is just a good guy, it seems like. So sometimes you sacrifice things like
I
that.
agree with you right there, but then there's that fear that how much does she want a baby? That's
Right.
the thing.
Right. I get the baby thing,
That's the part.
but not necessarily
She doesn't talk about the baby nearly as much as she does about
the
being
marriage. I
married.
agree.
Yeah.
I have some friends that are like this, and they're all girls, just sorry to say, where it is like an obsession about getting married. Like it's not even necessarily one person, but I have some friends that were just like, well, I've been dating this guy and he hasn't asked me to get married yet or whatever. And I'm like, well, it's been 3 months. I don't, I mean, I think some girls have this idea of this is what life steps are.
Completely.
Like I do this, I get married, I have a kid. It just has to happen. I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
it depends on the timeline. Like for me, I've been with my significant other for 7.5 years. So of course, as a woman or a girl, you're gonna wonder. But that being said, like if it's a good guy, sometimes you're willing to sacrifice. But I agree, like girls are on a timeline, and so I mean, granted, 7.5 years, I'm on a
biological
timeline too. But hint, hint.
Love it. You put that on your Instagram, this one part. All right, guys. Do you have any other things to talk about this episode before we move on to some news and gossip?
I loved it. I just
I
want to say
did.
that.
It was really well, like a
really
good
loved
wrap
it.
up.
Yeah.
It really
It's a
was.
great wrap up.
It was, probably the best episode of this season. So
I think that the second half of the season got a lot more. We're friends that travel together, work together, do things. From like the bus on, I think it kind of became what it was last season.
Right.
The first half of the season was so jaded, everyone was mad at each other, and it just became a housewives kind of
Catty.
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like that type of show. I don't know,
agree.
it's not my
Agree.
thing. So I'm really glad
Totally
they
agree.
kind of corrected course. I don't know if it's on purpose or just coincidentally, but it was a much better way. I'll come back to season 3
Yeah.
because of how the second half of the season
yeah.
went.
yes. Okay. So let's go to some news and gossip. Just a couple things that I wanted to bring up. I lost my notes, but some news. As you guys
That
know,
was very like, you know?
I like your version way better.
yeah, yours is the best.
Solid.
We should have your sound. Rosa Mendez, obviously, she's coming into season 3, wondering if she's going to be the new antagonist or just another good diva. That's kind of cool. That's kind of
It's
cool.
a little Latino flavor.
Yeah. We need some of that. Eva Marie is part Mexican, though. She's part Mexican, part Italian. Does that make her white? I don't know.
Or was it like Italian and Indian? Or was it Mexican?
I think
don't
it's
remember.
Mexican.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Just white, I guess. All right. So, also, yesterday was WWE's pay-per-view for Payback, and basically on Payback, Brie's husband Bryan Danielson. By the way, his middle name's Lloyd. Okay, that was mentioned in this episode.
Was
That
it?
threw me. They're like, we now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Bryan Lloyd Danielson.
Yep.
And I was like, Lloyd.
Lloyd?
Oh no, another name for me to get confused with.
Yeah, don't think about it.
Jeez.
Don't think about it.
So, anyways, yesterday on the pay-per-view, Bryan had an ultimatum, and by Stephanie McMahon, who made those DVDs, by the way,
Yes. Yeah.
to give up his WWE World Heavyweight title or Brie is fired. And what ended up happening yesterday?
Guess which one?
Yeah, you guys.
What
guessed,
y'all think?
actually.
He gave it up.
That's what I guessed.
Yeah. Give it
No, that's not what happened. Actually, Brie said, "You know what? I'm not going to stand for it." She slaps Stephanie McMahon in the face and quits.
Uh-huh. She's like, you might be my boss, but you're not the boss of me.
Yep.
She was
Wait,
out.
is this real life?
No.
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 Oh.
But it is very confusing because obviously season 3 of Total Divas, but also she's pretty heavily in Daniel Bryan's storyline on WWE
Yes.
now as well. So
Oh, I really hope this plays out in season 3.
I hear rumors that people are speculating that she
Yes.
might be pregnant, and that's why she did the quit.
right. Oh, I've also heard of
could see
her
that
versus Stephanie McMahon in a match.
Well, people will want to see that.
Yeah.
You know.
If Stephanie can still go, I don't know. We haven't seen her in the ring in quite some time.
That's
so
true.
We'll see.
Well, she does have her workout video coming up, so.
I think this would be a great cross promotional moment here. If this is how I think it's going, if it does lead to a match, the DVD comes out. This is all on Total Divas. It gives. Whoa, that was so close. It gives her
Nice
a. Thank you. It just allows Stephanie to be
true.
a bigger part of the show because Stephanie was pretty big part of the show in season 1.
Yeah.
And she kind of put a hurting on Natty when I forget what happened. Natty told somebody something in season 1. I don't remember. Yeah,
She
like-
was drunk, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
she
that's what it was.
she
bumped
called
those
her.
voicemails.
Yes.
crazy
Natty,
Natty.
Natty.
Oh, dear.
So, anyways, we'll see how it plays out.
Yes. And then another snippet, Hollywood Life has a really cool article where they interviewed the Bella twins. And Nikki talks about her breast implants and how proud she is about them. She spent $6,500 on her breast implants that have changed her life. And
600 would have been a different story.
I was like,
And she
We don't
loves
get
showing
discount
them
breasts.
off. But obviously the Bella twins can't do twin magic, which in wrestling it's a move where they kind of switch. People can't tell which one's which, and they can't do that anymore. Roy, do you have the pictures ready? So that's
This is now,
now,
obviously.
and we're gonna switch it over. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell which one's which?
Yes, Nikki's on the right.
Well, I think no, you can. The other two girls.
wait.
Just look at the face.
Nikki
The
got-
face is
Yeah,
still
I would have
different.
been able to tell.
Okay, the next one. Well, you could probably tell. Can you tell?
This is now, right?
No. This
Nope,
is before.
this is past.
Nikki's on the right.
No,
No,
Bree's on the right.
Nikki's on the left.
Oh, no.
See, look at that twin magic.
It was much harder. I used to have a
1+.
horrible time telling them apart. Total Divas helped it
Yeah.
out, and the boobs.
And the boobs.
But they also started styling them a lot differently. They
See?
don't have to be twinsies anymore.
It's the way. I mean, Nikki's got more of the aggressive face, whereas Bree's more of the smiley.
well,
I
one's
That's
got
what it
boobs.
seems
thought
like to
Brie
me.
was a lot smaller as well. That's how I told the difference. Not a lot smaller, but on TV appears to be a little more like lean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she got skinnier as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. That
boobs
was
are huge.
Those boobs
Before.
are out of control.
Hey man.
Wow.
But
Wait,
Almost
Brie
$7
didn't
grand.
get a boob job though,
Oh,
ever, right?
no.
No.
Okay.
They don't look like boob jobs either. So
Yeah.
I like her boobs. Okay, let's not talk about
Me too.
boobs.
Too late.
This has been a very inappropriate.
All right, guys. Let's move on to. You know what? Let's predictions, I guess. But it's so far away.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
For next season.
There's always that $1 million question. Will John pop the question?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Not next
Whose wedding
season.
is it going to be next season?
They burned through some weddings this season. They should have saved up.
Cameron and
I could see
Vinny.
Eva Marie getting married.
Like a
Again?
real
Like
real
a
wedding.
real ceremony, yes.
Or
I
Summer
don't think
Rae.
people
Maybe
would want
not.
to see that though.
Maybe they'll break up by then. I don't like that guy.
Oh, I think they'll be together.
Yeah,
for
he's
a
kind
while.
of like grimy, right?
Weird.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
weird about
You
him.
guys are so harsh.
I know.
They're on TV. They're there to be judged.
Well
Good.
said, Dan.
Yeah.
Very good point. All right, guys.
I don't know. I hope we don't have Rosa playing like we said earlier. I hope she's not coming in
Oh,
to be the
bad
bitchy
guy.
girl.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But I also hope we don't lose any of these guys. I think they're all bringing a different aspect
I
to the
agree.
table.
I think, and if any one of them was missing, we would lose something.
Yeah.
Do you guys miss JoJo?
No.
Just
No, I
wondering.
don't.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
She didn't really do much anyway.
Yeah.
It was great to have them come in as a pair and be the new girls and have
Yeah,
that to
right.
identify with each other, but she just didn't really have that TV personality. Like,
No.
I talked to Nikki in an interview a couple months ago, and she said, it's too bad because she's actually an awesome girl. It just doesn't come across on TV. So she was, but she's still training down in Florida.
Good for her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's still with
yeah.
the company.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Eva Marie improves her wrestling skills as well.
I'm really rooting for that in season 3.
Me too.
Team Eva Marie being an awesome wrestler.
Yeah, it's not just her moves. It's also like she needs just a little more charisma. I don't know, take a shot before going into the ring or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Take some improv classes. Something. I don't know, a little something.
Take a shot before. She can't.
Well, she doesn't have to tell anyone, right? Oh, that's true.
It's
She's
her
sober.
own thing.
All right, guys. Well, that completes this season 2 of Total Divas After Show. But we will be back next season, September 7th. I believe it's September 7th. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you guys can continue to follow each and every one of us on various panels at AfterBuzz TV. In the meantime, Dale, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at The Walking Dale on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on Nerdist.com with the Wrestling Compadres.
You can find me at CharlotteB_TV on Twitter and Instagram.
I was like, what?
I got confused. I was like, and?
You can find me on Twitter at Danielle Elise P and on Instagram at Danielle Pascente.
Instagram.
And you can find me on Instagram as well as Twitter at KAORIOUS. And you can follow the whole entire AfterBuzz TV team at AfterBuzz TV. And we will catch you guys next season.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.